this video, I'm going to talk about some tried and true art journaling techniques and steps along the way that you can apply when you go and create. Hi, I'm Karen Burchill, Creative Katie. Welcome to my channel. I am working on a 7x10 art journal page. And this came in the mail. It's just junk mailer kind of stuff. And I went and I cut out a bunch of text. And I am going to collage my first layer, gluing it down with fluid matte medium across the whole background. This is a quick, easy way to get some texture on your page, to prep the page. It's ungessoed at this time, but it will be completely covered. And if you don't have a text step, this is a great way of getting some text into your background in a subtle way. Now I've got some blues, some greens, some browns, some whites, and I'm just putting different size rectangles, squares on. There really is no plan here. Now, some people say, and I was one of those people, why would you go and put this layer down when you're going to cover it all up? Well, I'm not going to cover it all up. I don't know what is going to peek through, and it adds interest to your piece. It adds some texture because I'm layering up the pages here. It adds some of that fine text. It can add color here because you can use different colors. It's using up something that otherwise was just going in the recycling bin. So you don't even have to spend any money for collage papers. Just use what comes in the mailbox. So I'm just going to speed this up. And as you can see, I'm layering this up. I did, pick the blues and greens. There seemed to be a lot of it in this flyer. Different size text could be usable, script. It doesn't really matter what it says because nobody's going to be able to read it because you are going to, bits and pieces of this are only going to peek through. And if there's a word there that you don't want to be seen, you can always cover it up with paint and disguise it down the road. You can't look at this as the finished page. This is simply the first layer of your background. So once that's completely dry, I want to knock it back. I want to soften it, push it to the background a little bit. And to do that, I just have some gesso with my brayer, and I'm just brayering on some of this. It's adding some texture, it's adding a little bit of pattern, a little bit unpredictable because you can't guarantee how it's going to go on, but it is softening it, pushing it back, and making me see it more as a focal image, kind of raw materials to turn it into something wonderful. Now I'm using white gesso here. You could use paint. Now, speaking of paint, I'm using bright aqua and Prussian blue, and I'm putting a little bit both off to the side, and I'm going to get a little bit of both of those colors on my makeup sponge, and I'm going to go through a stencil and add pattern and color. Now, I must admit, the blues of some of that text that I glued down guided my color choice here, and that's okay. One less decision to make, and I'm putting this in 3 spots. And it's kind of a mixture. Some is more aqua, some is more Prussian blue, and I'm liking the look. Actually, I guess I didn't stick to my 3 rule. I added a little bit more. I wanted a little bit more color and pattern on the background. Now I've got the squares and rectangles that I glued down, and now I've stenciled with squares. And that kind of reads together. I'm just rubbing some of that blue paint on there. Now, I inadvertently put way too much paint on my palette, so I had some leftover, so I'm not wasting it. I'm just grabbing that brayer that's out and just brayering it on an art journal page that's already been gessoed. And I'll finish this at another time. This is going to jumpstart another project, and it allows me to not waste any paint. FYI, this project is coming up in the queue, so don't be afraid to come back and see what I turn it into. So now I want to add more color and pattern to this. So I grabbed, again, I'm working with that square, the rectangle shape, this mesh. This is drywall mesh. And I've grabbed some of that green because I like how greens and blues work. And I'm just adding this. It's a very small square. It's very subtle. And I'm only putting this in a few places. Now we want to find the focal. This is a coloring book that I've had in my stash forever. Now, I'm not going to use it necessarily as is. And at first I think I'm just going to take out the flower part. Thought, is there something I can do with the ring? So I'm cutting that out and going to play with it on my page to see if I can't use it as part of the focal. I could put it there, I could put it there, and I'm just playing with it. I could use part of it, all of it. So don't be afraid to play with the composition. Try different things and see. Oh, I like that one. I'm not sure why I didn't go with that one, FYI. Then I swooped it across. And while this is going landscape right now, I do end up turning it and going the other way. Now, I'm unsure if I want to colorize this focal image or not at this point. So I decide, first things first, let me just add some contrast. And I've got a circle stamp here, or a dot stamp, and I'm using black paint because I like that contrast. And adding a little black always seems to work, black or white, but there's enough white on here because I've chosen to brayer it. You can still see the collage papers that I started with peeking through. So I'm quite happy. And then I'm just edging my page. And I'm edging it now instead of at the very end because I am still unsure about whether I want to colorize that flower or not. Do I want to leave it white? And if I do want to colorize it, what color am I going to choose to use? What would look good with the background that I have? Before that, I decided, oh, I'm going to add some shimmer and texture, and I got out some of this stencil butters in two colors. It's a very light aqua, one's silvery, and I'm going to use that dot stencil and just add it in a couple of places just to add that shimmer and texture. And I'm letting that dry. Now, at this point, I don't know what to do. And so I choose to let it sit overnight and come back to it. So the next day I thought, okay, now I can turn it this way. I'm going to add a sentiment. Sometimes you learn, sometimes you win. And that when you are art journaling, that's what it's all about. Sometimes you make a decision and it works and it's a win. And other times you make a decision and it doesn't work, but you learn something. So, and that's a win. So you win regardless. So I like how that goes, the orientation. I'm going to glue that down with my gel medium, I think I have out. And now it comes time for decision making. Am I going to colorize this? I thought about going with pinks or corals, but I didn't. So again, I table that decision and I fine tune it. I'm adding a little bit of script stamped here, just with the Prussian blue. Just a very subtle one more layer, because we know we love our layers. So I decided against the coral. I thought that would be too stark. And so I'm just going to shade it a little bit with the Prussian blue here. I want to make that focal image stand out a little bit more, but I do not want to introduce another color. Once I add this blue, I kind of like what's happening here. It's soft. It works with the background. It's not fighting what I've already got going on. I'm happy with my decision. Then I'm going to do that swoop. Oh, before we do the center of the flowers here, putting that. And then inadvertently, I got some black paint on the brush, and I liked how the black looked on there. So I'm going to go back around the flower and add a little bit of black shading on that flower. So we've got the Prussian blue and the black, and gives kind of that two-tone, a little bit more complex. Then I decide to shade on the outside of the flower to make it stand out all the more. And if you go back and look at what it was like before and what it's like now, hopefully you can see the difference. This swoop had these leaves, and I thought, oh, I'm going to paint them green. That'll really tie in with the green that's in the background. Again, I want the focal image and my background to work together. And this really helped bring it all together. Grab my Posca pen and I'm outlining my sentiment, but I have to be careful because I have texture underneath. And when there's texture, it's hard to get a straight line. And then I decide to add some dots on the flower. In hindsight, looking at this, I don't know that it really added anything to my image. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Took off the tape, and there is the finished piece. We've got bling, we've got texture, we've got pattern. You can still see those collage papers from the very beginning. And remember, try something out. Sometimes you're going to win, and sometimes you'll learn, but that's a win too. Until next time, go get creative.